Streets of Rage 2 for the Sega Mega Drive. One of the huge number of side-scrolling brawlers to come out of the early 90s. The aim of the game is pretty simple. Work your way from the left-hand side of the level to the right, beating the crap out of anyone who stands in your way. Barring a road to a confrontation with the final boss are thugs, punks, ninjas, wrestlers, boxers, fat guys, women with whips, Blank from Street Fighter, and Vin Diesel. You have 4 characters to choose from. You've got generic guy from the first game, Axel, generic girl from the first game, Blaze, steroid-fueled wrestler, Max, and little kid on roller skates, Skate, who manages to fulfill 2 or 3 80s archetypes all on his own. What's cool is that all of them play very differently and have completely different moves. As you'd expect, Max is slow but strong, and the Skate specialises in cannonballing into hordes of enemies. That's why he's my favourite. And look, he can breakdance through walls. Like all good games, the controls are easy to pick up, but have a lot of depth, and it takes quite a while to learn how to use each character effectively. There are even some advanced techniques to learn, like throwing enemies into objects, and each other, landing after being thrown without taking damage, and elbowing enemies sneaking up behind you in the face. You also get various weapons like the knife, a pipe, and a sword. As this type of game by nature is a bit repetitive, it's important that everything feels good, and Streets of Rage does. You'll want to keep coming back to kick bad guys in the crotch again and again. There's also a 2-player co-op mode, which is always a requirement in games like this. Unfortunately, you can't do double team moves beyond one person holding and the other punching. You tend to keep grabbing each other, which is a bit annoying. Despite that though, the game is by far best when played with a friend. The levels are nice and varied, and there's some interesting stuff to look at in the background in between name takings. The game that guy is playing is Bare Knuckle, which is Streets of Rage's name in Japan. Also, the fact that you can break open the machines and get the money inside would have probably been cooler if you couldn't do the same with tables, oil drums and rope barriers. There are a couple of other things that show that this is a Japanese game, like signs that say "Do Baseball". I guess they mean play baseball. And it's like boo? What the hell does that mean? I also like the way that some of the enemies are doing random stuff before they attack you, like sleeping on park benches or looking for contact lenses. Lessons to be learned from Streets of Rage 2? Break things and you'll be rewarded with money and food. If fat guys belch at you, jump on their shoulders and smack them in the head until they go down. And some ninjas need to practice their hiding. I can see you, you idiot, you're right there. So is this game worth your 800 Wii points? I'd say hell yes, it provides quite a challenge even on normal difficulty, and you'll never get tired of teaming up with a mate and beating on some low-life scum.